Hi everybody, this is Angie from Center Station. Yesterday my daughter Rebecca brought home this spelling list, and it reminded me when I saw this in her backpack that it's that time of year again, time for spelling words, time for practice, and hopefully not time for fighting. So today I thought I would share with you 5 different ways to practice spelling words that are easy, inexpensive, fast, and are effective. This first idea I call wrapping paper spelling because you use wrapping paper. All you have to do is just collect some wrapping paper scraps and put them in a folder or someplace where you can get to them, and let your child choose which piece of wrapping paper they want for that day. Make sure that it's a lighter colored wrapping paper, nothing that is dark, because you want to be able to have the words show up on it. And by just changing the media, instead of using paper, regular paper, using wrapping paper, you're able to create something fun for your child. And then have them go ahead and write their spelling words on that with a marker. So I've written dog, man, cat. Maybe over here I'll write star. It doesn't matter if it's straight on the lines. We're not practicing handwriting right now. We're just practicing spelling the word. And as they write the word, they can spell it out loud if that's helpful to them as well. So they would fill up their paper, their wrapping paper, with their spelling words. You could have them write that as many times as you'd like. That would be effective and helpful for your child. Next is pyramid spelling. In pyramid spelling, what you do is, first of all, let's say that the word is throw. So I would write the word T-H-R-O-W. And then, as the student, I would write it pyramid style. So I would start with a T, and then T-H, T-H-R, T-H-R-O, T-H-R-O-W. And then, for the added effect of the pyramid, I would make the triangle, and then I would say the word throw at the end. You could even, for added emphasis, draw a line under it and say throw. So they would do that with each of their spelling words. Just that practice of spelling it out loud is helpful for them to ingrain it into their mind how to spell that particular word. So that is pyramid spelling. Next is something really fun. I like to call it crisscross spelling. So with a marker, they just draw lines going any which way across their paper in any form that they would like to. See all of these empty little spaces that have been created? Then they would take a different colored marker. So I'm going to grab out my purple marker here, and I would write my spelling word cat. And perhaps for the next one, I'd like to use orange, and I would, of course, that is, and then I would write another spelling word here, take another marker, and write another spelling word, maybe up here this time. They would fill it all the way in until they've practiced all of their spelling words. Now, maybe they have one particular spelling word that they're having a hard time with. This is a good tool for that, because then they know how many times they have to write it. It's more than 5 times, which is the typical amount. Write it 5 more times, and that way you'll have it. But this way, they're writing it more than 5 times. It's artistic and different, and so it kind of makes it fun, and they'll have it memorized. Or like I've done, they could just do the entire spelling list. Afterward, if they want to, they could go ahead and fill in the spaces, color it with crayon, or make a design. Or if they're just tired from doing their spelling practice, they could just leave it like this and move on. It's that simple. This next idea I like to call spiral spelling. Do you see how I've drawn the spiral pattern? You could do this, or you could have your child do it. And then along the line of the spiral, they will write their spelling words as many times as you would like them to around the spiral to create a pattern. So we have cat, 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 or you could have them, as they're writing it, say the spelling out loud, but of course they'll have to turn their paper to continue on. Cat, oh, I should spell it out. C-A-T, cat, C-A-T, cat, C-A-T, cat, I probably should have done a different word. So now the next one would be dog. D-O-G, dog. D-O-G, dog. D-O-G, dog. You get the idea. They just keep going around and around in the spiral. And it looks really cool when it's done. Same idea. They're writing it down. They're saying it out loud, but it's in a different way. And just this little tweak makes a big difference and will make it fun for your child. The next one could be done with crayons or markers or colored pencils. I would write the word cat, C-A-T, and then with that other either crayon, pencil, or marker, I would outline it. I call this crayon outline spelling, and say the spelling of the word as I outline it. So I would say C-A-T, cat. Change color, C-A-T, cat. Next color, C-A-T, cat. And you could have them do this over and over and over again until they fill up the entire paper, or perhaps it's time to move on to the next word. And so up here, they would write D-O-G for dog, and then say D-O-G, dog. And once again, D-O-G, dog. And they just continue on and fill up the paper with their spelling words. That is crayon outline spelling. Last but not least is spell and sketch spelling. So you just find a simple clip art picture online, a black and white one. This is a fish. Do you see how it's enlarged? This one has been pulled out of a coloring book, it looks like. And it's bold, and there is a distinct line here. This is an example of a tennis shoe. Same idea. And here is a park bench. We're going to use the park bench today, so I'm going to grab my piece of copy paper that's underneath this park bench. As you can see, I just put a piece of copy paper over the picture of that park bench. And now what I'm going to do, hopefully you can see it like I can actually see through the paper, kind of like if you were to hang this up in the window with tracing paper, which you could do as well, but I can actually see it just fine. I can see the bold line. And what you would do is write your spelling words along the lines to create the picture. So C-A-T, 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 and then you would switch and do the next one. And eventually you would have created this picture, the shape of the park bench, using your spelling words. Here's a different example of the same idea. This is one of my students' papers from when I was a first grade teacher. I'm not exactly sure why they only did 3 spelling words. I see about, out, and cow, but maybe those were the only 3 that they needed to work on that particular day. But do you see how instead of doing it on the outline, they decided to trace the outline and then fill in the spaces? That actually makes it so that they're writing the words a ton more times, but that's up to you and your child which one you'd rather do. I sure hope that these ideas are helpful to you and to your children, and that you'll be able to have a wonderful year with spelling and be successful at it. Thanks for watching Center Station. Tomorrow I'll be back with more back to school ideas, and there's always something new and fun at Center Station, so come check us out. We'll see you really soon. Thanks for stopping by.